Welcome back, everyone, to another Montessori moment. Today, we're going to be talking about something that's going to be very important over the next month. Did you know that giving releases oxytocin, serotonin, and dopamine? These chemicals are responsible for happiness. The saying, "'Tis better to give than receive," is directly related to the fact that we feel better when we're helping others, even when it comes at a personal cost to ourselves. Study after study finds that giving makes people feel better. One experiment shows that college students given $5 per day for 2 weeks and told they had to spend it felt happiness the first day, but this waned over time. Other students were asked to donate $5 to the same charity each day. Their happiness level was the same each successive day. Giving and receiving makes us feel connected. There's a reason we work so hard to find that perfect gift for loved ones. We want to see the pleasure upon them receiving it, their pleasure. In the United States, we are moving further away from the concept of society and more toward individualism. The needs of the greater society are considered less and less. We see a lack of empathy and rush to judgment instead of seeking understanding. A Montessori education includes global and social lessons which seek to instill understanding and empathy in our students. As a child, my family was fairly poor. We grew much of our own food in a giant 1-acre garden, as did my grandparents and our neighbors. I had to weed that garden, so I remember it very well. Most of us raised our own meat, milked our own cows, some people had chickens. Though our community was financially poor, it was, and still is, very rich in love and support. Neighbors give time to each other to help clean the house of an elderly person, and everyone cooks meals for the new mom. Traditions with my own child started when she was very young. We baked cookies for our neighbors at Christmas time. We always participate in food drives before Thanksgiving, and we always offer to drive those donations to the food bank. She gets to pick out toys to donate to toy drives such as Toys for Tots, Texas Children's Hospital, and Rainbow Room. And every year she asks if she can have a toy too. The answer is no. You see, my child's situation is very different than mine was growing up. It is important to me that she grow up with a sense of altruism, not out of guilt for having more than others, but out of a sense of responsibility as a human being in this society, taking care of others. The last 2 years, my daughter has not asked for birthday gifts, but instead she asked for gifts to give children who were stuck in the hospital, and the next year, dog food for the animals in the shelters. She's begun doing these things on her own accord, and she's excited every year to pick out gifts and food for others. How can you get your child involved? Start small and age appropriately. Around age almost 3, we began buying for Toys for Tots. My daughter threw a massive fit because she wanted a doll too. I did not give in to this, and we donated to 3 toy drives that year to reinforce the fact that this was not for her. There were many conversations about children who would not be getting gifts and how she was so lucky to be able to help make them happy. 2 years ago, we had started our 5 in 3 plan. We got through 2 years of that. We do 5 large things in 3 months. This always involves the food and toy drives. It could be giving all our change to the animal shelter, buying water and cereal bars for homeless, baking cookies for neighbors or senior homes. Last year, with all the restrictions though, we didn't make our 5. So be gracious to yourself. This is not hard and fast. Take it slow. It has to be something that fits in with what you're doing and what you're teaching. So ask your family what's most important to them. Sick kids, poverty, hunger, homelessness, animals, lonely seniors, the environment, troops overseas, veterans. The list is endless. And then make a couple of small goals for the family. Children should be involved in every step of this process. This includes the shopping, making of things, mailing or delivering. This reinforces what it takes to be committed to doing this, and it helps them share in the happiness that giving can bring. In this season of I want, it is important to remember what is truly important: family, health, home, which many people do not have. Let's help make future generations kind and compassionate for the sake of all mankind.